My name is Lara and I've been a Christian for just under 2 years. My journey from doubt to faith kind of began when I was at uni. I just met some friends who were Christians and they started talking about their faith all the time, and I was really intrigued because part of my doubt was that I'd never heard about God before. I don't think the word God really came up at all in my life. I knew a few Christians, but I didn't really know what that meant. And I saw, on the grander scale, I just thought Christianity was bad because I'd learnt about in history, bad things that kind of people had done in the name of Christ. But yeah, I think I had an open mind to Christianity at a community level because I knew two Christians who seemed to have, a really nice community. It was a beautiful story, but I just didn't think it was true. It wasn't. I didn't think there was any kind of possibility that that would be true because I just knew that religion was kind of a crutch that people had, and it was good for them, but it didn't mean anything to me. I go to a Catholic uni, so these two guys were always having chats with the Catholic kind of students at our uni, and the thing about my degree is that it's really small, so we all know each other and we're all kind of hanging around in the same areas. So I think I just remember this one time where these two of my friends, I just became friends with them, and they were just chatting to some of the students who were Catholic, and they were talking about, I think they were just talking about how the world was created in general. And one of them, he just goes, "Oh, Lara, what do you think?" And I just had no idea. I had no idea. And I was so humiliated because I like to know things and I thought I was a deep thinker. So that's kind of how I started talking to them, because I don't like to not know things. So I went home and I tried to come up with some answers and then share that with them. My friend told me that Christianity starts and ends and rests in the resurrection. If Jesus didn't die and rise again, then there's no Christianity. And so that's exactly what I did. I went and investigated the resurrection. I'm a history major at uni, so I wanted to find out about it and find out if this was actually true or if it happened. And so I read Lee Strobel's Case for Christ, which is one of the most amazing stories of going from doubt to faith, because he kind of had a similar journey that I did, from being an unbeliever and trying to figure out if that was true, and then finding out what that meant for believing in God and having a faith. So I read Case for Christ and read the Gospel of Mark alongside that. And to be honest, after reading that and doing some historical research, I just couldn't deny that Jesus died and rose again. If I was going to put the same evidence to the Gospels as I would for anything else that I'd studied in history, then I just couldn't deny that it wasn't true, that he died and rose again. So that was a big thing for me. My thinking switched from God isn't real to God is real, because if Jesus came and he did all the things that he did, and he said what he said about being the Son of God, and saying that he was going to redeem us and restore our relationship with God through dying for us, then that's who he was, that's what he did. So I think, my default just switched from I don't believe in God to I do believe in God, but I still wasn't a Christian, because that didn't make me a Christian, and that had much bigger implications. For me to just believe in Jesus dying and rising again is very different and had very different impact on my life to me being I want to have a relationship with God. And so it was whether I wanted to and how I would enter into that relationship with God, which was the next step. And that was the hard bit. It was going to be a massive identity change for me to become a Christian, firstly. But the second thing was okay, God is real. Is he just here? Where is he? God's been here my whole life, and he loves me and he cares for me, but I haven't seen him. I haven't known him. How do I do that kind of thing? And so that for me was a big question and a big kind of struggle of because I couldn't see God in the way that was so obvious, a person. But that was where the people in my life, the Christian people at uni that I knew, and one other friend who was a Christian, they were really important, and reading the scripture became really important. So I think that was just really important for me, in just taking those small steps of wanting to know God and how I would do that, and that was through prayer. Prayer was really weird for me because I'd never prayed before. I'd probably put my head down at school and prayed once. But yeah, I prayed to God just in my room one night. It wasn't spectacular, it kind of felt weird, but at the same time it was kind of beautiful because I felt a peace about it, and I knew that God was there. And that's, that was me having faith that God was there. But I felt a peace about it and enjoyed, talking to God and just getting to know God through prayer and reading the scripture. And that's what I do every day now. And I've gotten to know God more and deepen my relationship with God more. And God He's a big part of my life now. The biggest part of my life. And that was a relationship that has grown over time and will continue to grow.